Welcome to Real People, Real Voices. I'm your host, James Jackson.
And I'm Pastor Wayne Moore, your co-host.
Always good to see you.
It is, my big brother. How are you today?
Doing well.
That's good.
Since last we spoke.
Yes.
Good to be here on today.
We try to stay in contact with each other.
Yeah.
Pray for one another, lift one another up. It's good to be here with you.
Likewise, we've got a great show today.
Yeah.
And with two great guests.
Right.
We're going to talk about media,
Right.
entertainment, the arts.
Right.
Mike Ruggiero is also the president of the board.
Moselle Sanders.
Moselle Sanders.
Right.
And it might be a movie in the making.
And the way you're dressed today, since he's doing some movies, you look like a starving actor. Maybe he can get you a job.
An out-of-work
actor. Yeah, an out-of-work actor.
I'm not starving. Maybe I could play the younger Moselle.
Yeah, well, I don't think he lost his hair until he got older. So you're going to have to you're going to have to go to makeup and go to wardrobe. And
we better move on. We're glad that you've joined us here on Real People, Real Voices. If you missed any of our shows, you can go to our YouTube channel on the World Wide Web, and you can pick it up, even this one. You can watch it again. But we're always glad to have you here with us on the set.
Yeah, and your presence really makes a difference. Our job is to inform our listeners and our viewers about people who are doing things in the community in a major way. And we are committed to let people know not only that Jesus Christ is the Savior of the world.
Yeah, and Dr. Lauren.
Yes, young lady.
She can help save your back.
Yes, and we're going to find out what she can do, and I think she's going to do a great job at this interview.
Yeah, young doctor doing a great job. So don't go away. Stay with us. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Real People, Real Voices. I'm your host, James Jackson.
And I'm Pastor Wayne Moore, your co-host.
And we have with us here Mike Ruggiero, and we're so glad to have you on the show today. Thanks for coming.
Well, thank you for inviting me here, and I feel so honored to be with two pastors. What's wrong with this picture?
Mike, thanks for being here.
Yeah, I mean, you're involved in so many different things.
Yeah.
A jack of all trades and master in many of them, if not all of them. How do you maintain the level of effectiveness that you have in doing so many different things?
Well, when I was young, I came up in a very poor Italian family who lived in the ghettos in South Philadelphia, and I didn't know we were poor. I had a great life. We lived in a very mixed neighborhood where all my friends and then as I got older, and I said to myself, I've got to do something about this. We got to get out of this economic downturn and see if we can do something. So I've always had this desire to go out and be entrepreneurial. I became a CPA in New York City. That led to me leaving the CPA business and becoming a candle maker.
Candle maker?
Yeah, which was fun. I was CPA during the week and a candle maker on the weekends. But,
on the weekends.
Did you catch that?
I caught it.
That's an old one, I'm sorry. But thank you. No, and then along the way, I've been very blessed. I've had so many episodes of divine intervention that you cannot believe it. And how do I maintain it all? I maintain it all by keeping organized. I have my own invention. I have my own to-do sheet. I have very capable people in every one of the businesses and every one of the areas, and I give them a lot of latitude. And my feeling is if they devote their lives to me in helping me build my career, I'm going to devote my life to them.
Yeah, very interesting. You're president of the board.
Well, I'm not. Stephanie Sanders.
Stephanie Sanders, president of the board.
President of the board, yeah. She's our first lady. She'll me if I.
Okay, and your role is?
I'm on the board that is the fundraising board.
The fundraising board.
So I get to do all the fun things, though, you see, because and aside from doing all the regular fundraising opportunities, I get to do the off things, the things that are not really, like I created or produced a documentary called Moselle. We had a Moselle night at the Indians game. So I keep doing things like that just to keep the name out there, aside from just raising money. But I'm also trying to do that too in the form of creating a feature film around Moselle that will bring money forever into the foundation to help feed the hungry.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal to be able to see Moselle Sanders on the screen.
Yeah.
And his life as he moved through Indianapolis.
Well, it was a very interesting life too, because he had, he was a very famous gospel singer. Not many people know that. And then when he came to Indianapolis, he started his ministry, and then he was on the radio every morning, and so people became quite a following. And he decided that he was going to pledge his life to helping the poor, and he would never look down on a man unless he was able to pick him up. And that was his philosophy, and we still use that philosophy today. And just to show you how it's kinetic and his legacy goes on, last Thanksgiving we fed over 40,000 people Thanksgiving dinners in their homes, and with a number of churches that are satellites.
Right. In their 40,000 in their homes?
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, we have 2,200 volunteers that show up Thanksgiving morning. Federal Express, UPS shows up. We have cars that line up for a mile or so, and each one of them goes to a various zip code. We load their trunk up with food, and they make the home deliveries.
Yeah, what a legacy.
Yeah, and she was our recipient this year for the Humanitarian Award for the Alliance this year. She was for the work that she's been doing in the community with the Moselle Sanders Project.
She's a dynamo and gets a lot of awards and recognition, and justly.
Yeah. So, of course, you're involved in that. And you also have the Crawford the Cat
Crawford the Cat.
animated presentation.
Yeah, well, Perennial Pictures is 30-some years old. It's an animation studio in Indianapolis on 52nd Street. And we have been producing beautiful animated specials that are all over the world right now. But we never really made a lot of money because it costs so expensive to make an animated special. So we decided a few years ago to concentrate on a character. And this character is Crawford the Cat. So we created CrawfordTheCat.com. We put 13 5-minute videos on there. And it went on YouTube and became viral. And now we have over 8 million people that have come to the site. We have 20,000 school teachers that use Crawford every day.
Wow.
And so it's really geared for kids preschool 4 to 7. And if it's special ed, they can go from 4 to 12, 13, 14. And the kids love it because there's animation on the website, there's games, puzzles, and we have a half-hour animated special, Christmas special, that'll be released this year. It's already done, it's in the can. And we now are hiring distributors so that we'll see it on Netflix and YouTube and Hulu and Amazon Prime, etc.
Wow.
It's interesting, isn't it?
So the content of Crawford the Cat, puzzles, etc.
Well, that's the website, but the actual videos themselves teach kids things like, how to play fair, why nutrition is so important, why you should wash your hands before dinner, pick up your things after you play. And so it's these little life lessons that sometimes kids don't get taught at home, and they don't get taught in school. And in fact, one of the areas that we're heading towards, and hopefully we get it done this year, is to really spearhead an anti-bullying campaign using Crawford, because Crawford is, well, if people go to the website, they'll understand. Crawford is a wonderful, peaceful character.
We're going to look for Crawford a little bit here.
Yeah, and I think it would be nice to use that in some of the daycares and the Christian schools.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, like I said, there's 20,000 teachers worldwide that use Crawford every day. And so many of them are homeschool, many of them are Christian schools, and we would love to get that word out to all Christian schools. We have to find a way to do that.
Well, this is a good way to do it.
Yeah,
And those of you who are watching, be sure to make a note of that, CrawfordTheCat.com. Now, is that case sensitive or?
Yeah, no, it's just CrawfordTheCat.com. It's just like it sounds.
Yeah, I mean, that's so critically important because you don't always in the home get taught social niceties, the
Right.
character building
Right.
that's necessary
Well,
and needed.
Families are so busy and it's helter-skelter. And, and it's here's the dinner, and they don't worry about washing their hands. What we love to have is a child go to their parents and say, well, I have to wash my hands first. Almost automatic, just like when a kid gets in a car now, they automatically put a seatbelt on. What we're trying to do is automatically teach them how to brush their teeth and how to do things in a proper manner.
All right.
So Crawford becomes a part of the family now.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Tell us about ATV.
Well, this is interesting. This is what got me to Indianapolis out of Philadelphia. Being entrepreneurial, I had a marketing company with cable TV out there selling a product similar to HBO, door to door. So I went door to door and I was knocking them dead, man. I'm a good salesman. I knock on your door, you're buying. So, but I cheated a little because I would use the HBO guide. And it would be like Robert Redford on the front. So when people opened the door, they saw Robert Redford. They didn't see me.
No, they see real people.
Real people. Real voices. So, if I got in, I saw, well, what happened was the word got around with Cox Communications in Atlanta, and they said, we need marketing help out here. So I came out here, they made me general manager, then division manager, then they sold my division when I put it in the black, and they wanted to move me to Tucson, but I'm just not used to wearing boots and hats, and I don't like tarantulas and snakes. So I decided to stay in beautiful Indianapolis.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on all your success.
Thank you.
And hopefully this won't be our last time
This
able to meet with you.
This is a real treat, and I love Faith, and I think what you guys are doing as far as inspiring people with the word of the Lord and with good people up here to spread the positive news that you do.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Keep feeding people.
Thank you. We want you to stay with us. We're going to be back in just a little bit with the rundown. Welcome back to Real People, Real Voices. I'm your host, James Jackson.
I'm your co-host, Pastor Wayne Moore.
What a great first segment
Yes.
with Mike talking about the different things he's involved in.
I mean, he's got several jobs and doing a great work with them and doing a lot of things in the community.
You know, it'd be good to have him come back and talk about that to-do list that he's got.
Yeah, and how to organize ourselves, how people can be organized properly to get some things done.
Yeah, speaking of organization and adjustments, we have Dr. Lauren here.
Hello.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Somewhat new to the city?
I actually was born and raised in Indianapolis. I graduated from North Central High School and then went to Indiana University before moving out to Southern California, where I did chiropractic school.
So you're a doctor of chiropractic care.
Yes.
And off air, we were just talking about the importance of making sure that you have the adjustments that come along with chiropractic care. Perhaps some of our viewing audience is unaware of what you experience when you come to or go to a chiropractor. Share that with us.
Okay, so as a chiropractor, usually people will come when they're in pain. I like to encourage people to come just to be well, but we'll usually see our initial patients based off of neck pain, back pain. A lot of people don't know, but chiropractors also treat extremities, so like your arms, your legs, your knees, full body. We are trained in that. But say you get some back pain and you want to come in, I would do a full body assessment and a spinal assessment, find out where your spine is not aligned, and then perform a manual adjustment to realign your spine. So.
Now, is that where you get into subluxation?
Subluxation. Yes.
Say that again.
Subluxation.
Subluxation.
Yes.
I'm close though.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people not waiting until they're in pain.
Yes.
What about people that work out, people who are exercising, doing a lot of lifting, and all that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Would that be something that they need to look into as well as far as chiropractic care?
Yeah, it's great for supplementing a workout or physical activity plan. That's a part of preventative care, which is awesome. So your muscles, when you work out, they get tight, they get strained, you get knots. When you sit in your chair, just like now, you get knots, you get postural issues. These are all things that can help with chiropractic, but specifically for athletes and for those that want to be physically active, the adjustment will help you recover from maybe a hard workout a little bit sooner. So going in and getting the manual adjustment, the massage maybe. We also use like electronic stimulation, so e-stim and ultrasound, rapid release, so vibration therapy. There are tons of ways to get you realigned. There are different kinds of chiropractors. Some people only focus on the spine. I'm more of a full body chiropractor just because I have a sports background. I'm a licensed athletic trainer and I've always worked with athletes, so I'm the most comfortable with them. But here in Indianapolis, I'll be doing more of everybody because everybody is an athlete in their own way. You sit at your desk, you type. This is an athletic position for your wrists. You are always like this. This is how you develop carpal tunnel. Now coming in and straightening up your posture, this is a different angle. This is a more preferred angle for this joint. And you could look at every joint of the body and kind of do that. And that's what I do. Sometimes I can sit and I'll just watch a patient and look at their posture. So a lot of us are like this a lot, but getting them to come back up. You can train this.
And how are we doing?
You're both all right from what I can see.
I think he just started, though.
Yeah.
No, Jackson, you've
I
been
can
doing
tell.
this thing about this posture ever since you started talking to Doctor, and I've been watching you. You've been doing a great job. Right, but let's move back to some your future here in Indianapolis. What as a young chiropractor, what do you plan to do?
So I would like to introduce more preventative care to Indianapolis. I feel like a lot of times we go from feeling great and then you go to the doctor, get your physical, you have a little bit of high blood pressure, and now you're on a high blood pressure medication. I think there's a step in between there. I believe that you can supplement nutritionally before you need to be committed to a prescription. I'm not anti-prescription because they do have use in our healthcare system, but I feel like taking a more active approach and being more health responsible is something that you don't really hear about here in Indianapolis much. And there's tons of things you can do. Using that example, you can say you have high blood pressure and you don't necessarily need the prescription yet, but you do need to lower your blood pressure because you will need it eventually. Maybe going and sitting in the sauna, meditating. Evidence shows that that's beneficial for high blood pressure. Mediterranean diet, looking into that. Evidence also shows that that is good for high blood pressure. And so my goal is to step and be this middle step and to show you that yes, you could come here if you want and buy these prescription drugs and use them and make them a part of your daily health and wellness life. Or you can come here and you can get a little bit of a diet specifically from you, a little bit of physical activity specific to you.
Dr. Lauren, I feel you're talking to me. I really
I
do.
might be.
Well, because, I mean, there's some athleticism
Yeah, right.
in preaching. Yeah, you're holding the microphone,
Yeah.
so you're static right here. And you got your hand going here.
Yes.
And true, this is true. I knew a minister in Chicago, and after years and years and years of preaching, he had developed some carpal tunnel because
Holding the mic.
holding the microphone.
Yeah, gripping. You always like this. This is muscle contraction, and
Right.
you holding that. And when you're preaching and you really start to get it in, and I know you know what I'm talking about at the end.
We call that
You
hooping.
start to hooping. You
Tuning
just
up.
start to grasp, and you use that a lot more. So maybe for a preacher, I would encourage you to stretch it out every once in a while. Some rehab exercises to go the other way. It's all about balance.
Oh, that's a niche right there, because most preachers don't know that. So
Well-
her clientele could be a lot of preachers that have the microphone.
Yeah. And then those who stand flat-footed and tell the
Oh,
story.
yes. Oh, the flat feet.
Yeah, the flat-footed preacher.
I know that very well.
Okay. Well, since you, I'm familiar with it. Help us to understand it.
So flat feet could be a genetic thing, something that you've always had. It could be an increase in weight, changing the form of your arch. A lot of time, it's the muscle, which we call the plantaris muscle, and strengthening that muscle and strengthening your toe flexors, which a lot of people forget about, actually helps a lot with plantar fasciitis, which is a common flat foot condition, or people with excessive arch and kind of getting that arch to relax, because excessive arch could also give you some foot pain. But foot pain could cause knee pain, which can cause back pain, which can cause all kinds of neck and shoulder pain, because you change your posture according to how your body feels. And that's what wellness is how do you feel? It's not just about what do your readings read or your vitals say. It's about how do you feel that day when you wake up, mind, body, and spirit.
Well, Dr. Long, we have about a minute left.
Okay.
And there's new reports out that some chiropractic care can result in a stroke in some people.
Yes.
Talk to us about that.
So, like any other treatment, there's risk with chiropractic care.
Right.
That is a very uncommon thing that can happen. But you want to go to a chiropractor and make sure that they ask all the questions. As a chiropractor, there are red flags that we are trained to look at. These are the key questions to determine if you need to be adjusted or if it's safe for you to be adjusted. If any of these red flags are present, you should not be adjusted. But there are other alternative ways that we can get you out of pain without the adjustment. And so it would be maybe some trigger point therapy to release the muscle, the tight muscles in your neck, or you can do some stretches. So,
Well, Dr. Lauren, thank you.
thank you.
Appreciate you coming.
Dr. Lauren, you did well.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for joining us on today. We really appreciate it. Stay tuned right here on Real People, Real Voices. We'll be back with the rundown. Welcome back to Real People, Real Voices. I'm your host, James Jackson.
I'm your co-host, Pastor Wayne Moore.
And I'm Faith McKinney.
Great show today.
Yes?
Mike Ruggiero and Dr. Lauren
Right.
sharing with us the media aspect. When Mike was talking about the movie that's coming up
Yeah.
with Moselle Sanders. That'd be a great movie.
It will be. He's done a lot for the city of Indianapolis and well-deserving. I think that he needs to be commended for taking something like this on to keep his name alive and his work that he has given to the city of Indianapolis for over the, 40, 50 years?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think Mike is a very humble, even though he's very, energetic and he's so humble. He's accomplished so much, and he's a gem, and we're really, really blessed to have him here in Indianapolis.
And Dr. Lauren is rare. See a young black woman who is a chiropractor.
Chiropractor,
Yes.
yes.
I was excited when I heard. I said, "Oh my goodness, we got to get her on the show. We got to let people know about her." And she's a recent graduate of chiropractic school. She went to school in California and came back because she loves the community and she wants to bring what she learned in chiropractic school and about health and sports and wellness in general to Indianapolis. She's got a lot of great plans. Gosh, we got to have her back.
Yeah, because there's a lot of benefits to chiropractic.
And to hear her talk, she's well prepared to take on the field of chiropractical work. And so I hope people out there were able to listen and hear from her and give her an opportunity to do some things in our community. She's a young lady. Let's not discourage her. Let's help her move along and make her one of our household names.
And we'll see you next time.